What is going, guys? RX here and welcome back to my channel. So we are already done with the Akko Lavender Purples, and today we'll be finally taking a look at the Akko Radiant Red. This is another budget linear from Akko Gear, and this is by far the most asked switch from the 3 new sets. Again, thank you Akko Gear for sending them over. All of their links would be in the description down below. Please stick around at the end of the sound test for my own opinion and thoughts about the Switch. So, without further ado, please do enjoy the sound test. So that was the sound test for the Akko Radiant Reds. Please let me know in the comment section down below on what you think about the switches. Let's have a discussion, and if you have any questions, just ask away and I'll try to answer them. Also, before we move on to my opinion and thoughts about the Switch, let us first break down the materials that was used on the Switch. As usual, it is the same material as the Lavender Purple and the Vintage Whites. We have palm as the material for the stem. We have polycarbonate as the material for the top housing. We have nylon as the material for the bottom housing. And lastly, the spring, which according to the website has a 53-gram actuation force. So, if you made it up to this point, I would like to say thank you and give you guys a quick disclaimer. The sound and experience may vary depending on your keyboard, keycaps, and build. I am using a Vega 65 with a polycarbonate plate, using a foam on the plate to PCB, and tape modded with no case foam. I'm also using a GMK keycap set. Now let's talk about my thoughts and opinion on the Akko Radiant Reds. For the feel, it isn't that bad, and it's quite the same with the vintage whites. Since they use the same materials, the only difference between the two would be the typing feel. For me, this feels more stable to type on, and this has a 53 gram actuation force compared to the 35 gram on the vintage whites. I still bottom out fast but heavier, so I'm more comfortable in using this. It has a little bit of scratch, but the switch alone is nice. Feels like your typical linear, and it's not sluggish at all, and decently smooth once lubed. Now for the sound, this is slightly more high pitch and has more pop to it than the vintage whites, and I personally prefer this more in terms of acoustics. And again, on stock, there's still some noticeable spring ping, so I will still highly suggest to lube them to be smooth like butter. Nonetheless, it sounds really decent like the last two CS switches that we have tried. Overall, I'm really pleased with the Radiant Reds. Would I recommend getting them? Yes, they sound and feels nice just like the two other sets. It didn't disappoint considering the price that you're paying for, and in my opinion, the Radiant Reds is my most favorite out of the new sets. If I had to choose between this and the vintage whites, I would pick this for sure, only because this has an heavier actuation force, which I prefer when using switches. I barely have typos or mistype while using them. I've also stressed this a lot even for my previous videos to make sure to lube them, as I can still feel some scratches and a little bit of spring ping. In my personal opinion, having a lube switch is still much better than having a stock one. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, shooting the whole Akko CS switches was really fun and challenging to do. If you have any suggestions to Akko, please comment it down below so they would know what you guys want in terms of switches, keyboard, or keycaps, or anything related to their future keyboard products. For me, what I would like to see moving forward is that under CS switches, I hope they add a 5-pin switch to the line and try different type of materials on the switch. Also, I wish they can offer a pack of switches for a certain layout, like a pack of 65, enough to fit a 60% keyboard, something like that. But again, thank you so much Akko Gear for sending the switches, and of course, thank you guys for the support. The past videos was a success, and it's all thanks to you. I'll try my best to cover more budget switches in the future, so if you like the video, be sure to smash the like button, share if you want, and of course subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next sound test. Peace.